How's everybody today? Pete here at Spawn Fly Fish, and I hope you are all still tying leeches because we're gonna toss another one at you. So, leeches, they catch fish, easy to tie, easy to understand, and then they form a great foundation for you to start getting a little bit more creative once you have a little more confidence. So let's cover all of these little leeches here. In the vise today, we've got the Ahrex FW555 in a size 10. And then for that bead, we've got the Spawn slotted tungsten football bead, size 5.5 millimeter in black. For some lead-free wire here, I've got some 0.020 6 wraps, and that leads us into some thread. Just got some black 6/0. 140, of course, would be great. Whatever you got, though, would probably be okay. So let's get this thing going. As far as simple flies, boy oh boy, this is a good one. But as far as simple flies that catch a bunch of fish, this is a great one. So let's get this thread. I just want to give myself a little indication here of where I want that tail to stop. And there we go. So we're going to tie a dubbed leech today. We are using some Spawn fly dub here and one of our favorite fish catching colors. And this is Coho Kool-Aid UV. So you see those pink bits in there. Those are reflective of UV. It's going to bounce. It's going to throw this light every which way, especially in deep, dark water. That purple does some magic stuff. This is a great fly for, especially in the winter time, right? It's typically darker out, more gray clouds and all that good stuff. And, sometimes it's just a miserable day, especially where we live. The darker flies, especially with these little glints or hints, whatever you want to call it, of color flash in there, are great. So this is an easy one. Definitely not something crazy. It's very simple. So you see, here's our little, I veiled that little bit just for some added strength. I don't want those little bits in there. There we go. And now it's time for a loop. We're just going to tie this all with dub. Make a nice little loop here real quick. Let's close it off. A few wraps with that thread around, and ta-da. Tie it back down so it can't go anywhere, it won't jump. And now we're going to get that thread up to the bead, open this little loop all the way. I've got a stack of Spawn dub here. Again, Coho Kool-Aid. Ooh-wee. And you guys have watched us, in our fishing videos and everything else. Yeah, we absolutely tattoo coastal fish, right? So we're talking anadromous sea run, coastal cutthroat, anything like that. Of course, they have a little different attitude. They eat some different foods and all that. Great. And you see us using it for salmon, right? We tie bigger flies for some chum and coho, a lot of pink and purple for coho. Great. But if you're in the middle of the country and you don't have access to some of these fisheries, you're going, well, great, that doesn't apply to me. And I am here to tell you that's not true. So these colors, although they're designed for us to catch more fish in our specific waters and all that, they work everywhere, especially freshwater, trout, all that good stuff. Like don't be shy. These colors are amazing, and they work no matter where you are in the country. And I hate to tell you, but they pretty much work for any species you're trying to chase. So don't get caught up on, oh man, it's a West Coast thing. I'm not fishing for those salmonids. It's okay. This stuff is great. It will absolutely fit into your fisheries. And even if it's not this exact color, I guarantee you we have something that will work for you. So here we are. We just finished wrapping up that loop. Again, be mindful, brush out that loop a little bit before you start wrapping. Save yourself a lot of frustration and get a much more uniform body. And less is more, right? That's the lesson for today. Less is more. How much dubbing do I put in that noodle? Less is more. Well, I think I got the right amount. Well, try cutting that in half. See what happens. You want this stuff to float. You want it to move. You want the water to go through it. And that doesn't happen if it's choked in with too much material. That's all. Nothing crazy. I'm not trying to preach to you today. I'm just trying to show you a very quick and simple and highly effective way to catch more trout. All right, so that's a pretty good looking bug right there. But if you guys followed along in that last video, we did tie an egg sucking bunny, albeit a micro version. And guess what? I still got some of that micro flex Squishenille in the fluorescent orange, and by all means, I am not afraid to use it. So here we are. I'm gonna tie that little tag right there in. Yahtzee and wrap. Here we go. And nothing to it. Not going to get a lot here. That's a cute little egg if I do say so. That's just tied down very well here. My bobbin is just a touch loose, but we're going to be all right. All right, trim out that Squishenille. Boop. Make sure you say boop. I forgot to mention that before. When you cut Squishenille, if you do say boop, it catches more fish. So you're welcome. And cute little thread neck there. Well, let's whip finish this guy. And again, keep in mind, if you followed along on the last leech, you know, we did that egg with this little Squishenille. We also used the same hook and bead. So if you guys are, you know, one of those people that ordered that stuff, well, by all means, I don't want you to have to tie just, you know, one little fly. I will do my best to keep in mind, hey, everybody's got X material with Y. Let's do something with that. So if you guys remind me every once in a while, that'd be great. Otherwise, here's our fly. And head cement, I think we should. Oh, just got a little Loon hardhead clear. I'm going to cover up all those thread wraps because you don't want to go to that much trouble only to get eaten on the first cast, but watch your fly fall apart because you forgot some head cement, right? Nah, that's no good. Go ahead and throw it on there. It's cheap and it lasts. There we go. There's our fly. Spawn dub equals Dub Leech equals full net. Anything else? Well, you just don't need it. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed. I had fun. If you guys like this, by all means, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and we will see you all on the water.